There you go.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now in tune to the beautiful sounds of Rap Radar!
Mighty, mighty, rise like a tower. Try to devour, but them can't take the power at all.
This is Nathaniel Warren with Rap Radar, out in the sticks, out in the cold. And I'm with the Scribes, or most importantly, Jonny of the Scribes. Amazing show, man. Amazing show. I've just got a couple questions for you.
Shoot!
After watching you play, man, so much charisma, you can go anywhere. Where's the top for you? Where are you aiming for?
Well, you know, we like to aim very low. Because, you know, you got to be aware of what your skills actually are, you know what I mean? And so, sometimes, some people fly too close to the sun. Not us. Scraping the bottom off the barrel is mainly what we tend to do. And so, you know, with us, the sky is too high of a limit, if anything. You know what I mean? Be realistic, and then you never get hurt. Insecurities are sometimes there for a reason. Listen to them.
You say that, man, but you're clearly very talented, both of you. Where did you learn, or where did you begin to learn your beatboxing skills?
So, I mainly learned to beatbox. We did have another member in the group, but also did beatboxing. But also like to drink a lot. And so I ended up doing backup beatboxing.
Right.
To cover for the time when he was inebriated and could not perform.
Okay.
So I'm very much like, woo, cars! I am the little blue pill as a backup to perk it back up, you know what I mean? If you can't perform, boom, I step in, get shit going again, and that's why I've had to force myself to learn to beatbox. So that's our boy Lacey, who is living down in Plymouth. God bless his soul, he's not dead, but it's fun to say. And we also have Minimus, who lives in Bristol, who's also a fantastic beatboxer, exactly, and that's the sound that he gets by his name alone. And so when he's around, I shut the fuck up. Because there are levels to this shit. Okay. And so, yeah, I can do a basic enough beatbox, enough to carry it through, you know what I mean? And it's quite nice. Things I learned about, especially like your boy Drew Bag. Salute to the one and only Drew Bag. These looper motherfuckers coming out here now. I've got some skills and are having to showcase to people how great it is to do things with beatboxing and take it to another level. Because beatboxing is great and it can take things so far like a cipher and shit. But when you need to bring in musicality, it's another layer to it. And it's showing how you can get there even as just yourself. It's just from starting as a simple beatbox and then some melodies and harmonies and shit. It's fucking brilliant. So yeah, more people should do beatboxing because it's free. Like rapping is also free. And that's why talented people won't go on to play instruments like Drew Bag. I do not play a guitar. I don't play keys. I don't play saxophone. Some people can. I've heard some can do it all at once. Bastards.
Yeah. Lucky man.
The lucky man.
Lucky one.
But you know, it's not that I'm jealous or angry or bitter or anything about it. It's just what they are. But yes, to answer your question, I learned beatboxing down in Plymouth.
Okay, cool. So when
Long tangent.
when other people are gone, you're almost like a student becomes the master, kind of thing.
I'm not one to brag, but you know, I'm pretty fucking great.
Oh yeah.
You don't really get to God status, you know. But I know I said previously about being humble, but I mean, sometimes when you're good, say like it is. I'm great. I am the best beatboxer of all time. In this vicinity, in Taunton, in the CIC area, outside right now. You know, it is what it is. Scribes.
So, obviously, you said it yourself. You're great. You're amazing. You're the best in the world.
I am.
As you said. But what are your influences? What was your major influences to get into the rap game?
Ooh. So to be fair, when I was younger, I had older brothers, and they had vinyl. Some of the first vinyl sold at Public Enemy, Queen Latifah, De La Soul, and used to play around the house, and obviously you couldn't play too loud because you didn't want to scare off the parents. So I had to run and get on my tape deck and play from the radio, and do tape-to-tape recording and hide that shit. And that was like the old school influences. But because I live in Bristol, had lots of friends with lots of different sounds. Because I had so many various different genres available to listen to, I got introduced to whether it's reggae and indie and rock, metal and dance, and also coming up with the 90s, then you had like the drum and bass and the rave scenes and all of that, and so you get like a world of everything. And in Bristol, if there's a genre of music you like, you will find it. You will find it out there. You will find somebody playing it. You will find all types of stuff. And so, yeah, my influences are pretty much everything. That said, I grew up in a church-going family. My mother was very religious, and so I went to church, so a lot of gospel music influence and stuff as well. Okay. And so you get the joys of going from old school hip-hop to preaching voice, and American preachers.
Yeah, a bit
soulful. Exactly, good loud! All of that stuff, you know what I mean? And you feel it in you. I'll say a little bit of everything. Mainly I got old school hip-hop when I was a bit younger. Okay. But yeah, I just wasn't allowed to listen to it. So, you know, see, it's cool and it's exciting. That's just what rap is. But then you get older, and then you find it's great as a means of expression. And that's why it's great for, like, beatboxing is very easy and accessible. The fact that hip-hop came from a place of, like, deprivation where you need to have things, well, like we have in smaller towns, you need to be able to find ways to express yourself. Whereas hip-hop is still for just music, it's great that what it actually encompasses is things like the art, the graffiti, or the breakdancing, and as many ways as possible to be able to just let yourself be heard. As many avenues as possible, and that's what's necessary more than ever, especially when there isn't enough support for arts. From councils to be able to support kids in certain areas to be able to get the votes heard. They need to be able to feel like they can do something and contribute something, or just to be able to express themselves. And so hip-hop is a great vehicle for that. So it's necessary, and so I'm glad that I got to have that just that opportunity given to me when I was younger, to be able to know there's an art form where I can do this, and in any way possible I can actually, you know, contribute to it, and it's good.
Yeah, so like you say, you've got like a lot of influences and everything. I won't keep you for too much longer out in here in the freezing cold.
It's too cold.
Yeah, 100%, man. But I've just got one more question. What's coming up for the Scribes? What's next?
Ooh, that is a good question. Tokyo Drift is one of the things we've been looking forward to. We're big in the car scene. Our next gig, I'm going to have to actually look it up because we have a lot of gigs.
You guys are all over the place all the time, man.
It is true. Basically, it's since the pandemic has ironically been the most busy time for doing gigs. And so there have been a lot of gigs that were backdated. It's been a great time to experiment. We've had lots of socially distanced gigs. We've had like theatre gigs where you've had yourself inside like perspex glass encased and things. We've had like split stages on festivals, be able to do with a pandemic. What has been great about it is that people are willing to do what they can to put on a fucking show for people. And the perseverance of that shows the dedication people are willing to show for being able to entertain people. And people need music. But our next gig is in Falmouth. We will be heading down there with Elise the Beast, who we met in Cardiff. So Welsh-based and coming down, but our hometown is Falmouth, and so we like to be able to come and give that, you know, home support whenever we can, because people need music. People need to come and support their local artists and give some love back to them because the scene needs it.
Yeah. 100%, man. It's been a pleasure talking to you. This has been a little Rap Radar exclusive with the Scribes on one half of it at least. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.
Mighty, mighty, rise like a tower. Try to devour, but them can't take the power.